Okay, the cerebellum, which is under the occipital lobe, has two hemispheres. They're convoluted, which means they're rolled onto each other. The outer cortex is gray matter, inner region is white matter, just like the cerebrum. The cerebellum, its function is to provide essential and precise timing for skeletal muscle activity and controls our balance and equilibrium. If it's functioning properly, our movements are smooth and coordinated. Also, the cerebellum and our balance also requires work from the vision, muscles, and the proprioception feedback from our muscles and ligaments and joints. Inner ear contributes to balance and coordination, and of course other areas that are responsible for our balance all reach the cerebellum. They're all integrated and work together to give us that smooth, coordinated motor control. Okay, this is the cerebellum. And you can see the different folds in there. Okay, the cerebellum and alcohol. So one of the reasons why if you consume enough alcohol you get buzzed, dizzy, off balance, that kind of thing, is because alcohol does cross the blood-brain barrier and it influences on the cerebellum. So if the cerebellum's function is precise motor control and movement, alcohol will mess with that. So that's why you start to get that off-balanced when drinking. And in fact, the sobriety test is based off of some real neurological tests to look for balance and coordination. Now, if a person has had alcoholism that's going to damage the cerebellum, typically they have to be drinking for 10 years or more. And this is alcoholism drinking, so excessive drinking. And typically combined with nutritional deficiencies, you're going to start to get degenerative changes in the superior vermis. Okay, so the vermis is one of the lobes in the cerebellum. And it can also hurt Wernicke's area. Okay, remember this. Okay, BMWs, Broca, motor, Wernicke, sensory. So it can hurt the sensory part of speech. And here's the vermis. So those body parts that it's showing can get hurt if the vermis is damaged, and it usually is with that chronic alcoholism. Okay, you're also seeing areas of the cerebellum that the vermis can get hurt, where the vermis can get hurt. Okay, the cerebellum tests. Now remember, this is for the cerebellum's function is for precise timing and coordination. So when you test the upper extremity, you're going to do rapid alternating movement. Okay, so write that down. Rapid alternating movement with your hand. And basically, if you can visualize this, you're going to take your hand and you're going to take your right hand and you're going to move it like giving yourself 5, and then the palm of your hand and the back of your hand, palm of your hand, back of your hand. So you're going to take your hand and supinate it and pronate it on your other hand like you're giving yourself 5. Okay, So it's rapid, alternating movements. So again, take your right hand and you're going to slap your left palm, so palm to palm, and the right hand is going to go back of the hand, the palm, back of the hand, palm. So supinate, pronate on the left hand, and then vice versa. Okay. It should be smooth and coordinated, and if it's not, if it's real choppy and like there's a misfire, you can just tell it's off, that's a pretty good sign that it might be a cerebellar lesion. The way you test the lower extremity is you take your right heel and you tap it 3 times on the left knee and then glide the heel down the shin, down to the foot. So again, right heel taps your left knee 3 times, and then you glide your shin, glide the heel down the shin all the way to your foot, and then vice versa, left heel on right knee. And that's checking for coordinated movement, and if you cannot do it, then likely there's something wrong with the cerebellum. And then you have your finger to nose test. So tilt the head back, close your eyes, just like the sobriety test. And you take the extended arms, kind of in that flying position, arms are way out. And then you touch finger to nose with your eyes closed. Left finger to nose and then right finger to nose, and you keep doing that. Okay, so this is these movements are diadochokinesia, and if you cannot do them, then you add the word dis in front of, so dysdiadochokinesia if there's a positive finding. Also, you can call it ataxia, where there's abnormal uncoordinated movement